All right, so let's talk about something big. Something that has been around for, just a couple of thousand years. I'm talking about faith, history, and community all rolled into one. Orthodox Christianity is a faith with deep roots and a global presence. It's one of those things you might have heard of. Maybe you know someone who is Orthodox, or maybe you've seen one of those breathtaking churches with the onion domes or the ancient icons. But it's so much more than just a name or a building. It's a living, breathing tradition that connects millions of people across the entire planet, from the snowy plains of Siberia to the sun-baked landscapes of Africa. So I thought, why not get to know it a little better? Let's take a journey together. Today, we're going to count down the top 10 countries with the largest Orthodox Christian populations. We're going to look at the numbers, sure, but more importantly, we're going to explore the stories, the history, and the incredible culture that surrounds this ancient faith in each of these places. It's a story of resilience, art, and profound spiritual heritage that has shaped nations and continues to influence the world in ways you might not expect. It's going to be good, I promise. And just a quick note before we dive in, because this stuff is beautifully complex. When we say Orthodox, we're talking about a big, wonderful family. For this video, we'll be looking at both the Eastern Orthodox churches, like the Greek and Russian traditions, and the Oriental Orthodox churches, like the Coptic and Ethiopian traditions. They have distinct histories but share ancient roots, and including both gives us a much richer, fuller picture of this global community. So, grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started. This is some good news about some great people. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a country that is just, and I mean this, absolutely stunning. We're talking about Georgia. Tucked away in the Caucasus region, right at the intersection of Europe and Asia, Georgia's connection to Christianity is one of the oldest in the world. Tradition holds that the Apostle Andrew first preached here, which is an incredible legacy to carry. The Georgian Orthodox Church isn't just a religious institution, it's woven into the very fabric of national identity. For centuries, it has been the guardian of Georgian language, culture, and statehood, especially during times of invasion and foreign rule. When you look at the numbers, it's pretty staggering. Over 80% of Georgia's population identifies with the Georgian Orthodox Church. This isn't just a passive affiliation, it's a deeply felt part of life. You see it in the ancient monasteries carved into cliffsides, like Vardzia, which is a whole city built into a mountain. You feel it in the sound of the unique Georgian polyphonic chanting, which is so beautiful, it's been recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of the intangible heritage of humanity. It's a sound that seems to rise right out of the earth. The head of the church, the Catholicos Patriarch, is one of the most trusted and revered figures in the entire country. His words carry immense weight, not just on spiritual matters, but on social and political issues as well. This shows how intertwined the church and the people are. It's a relationship built on centuries of shared history, survival, and a profound sense of belonging. The cross of Saint Nino, made of grapevine branches bound by her own hair, is the ultimate symbol of this enduring faith. Think about that for a second. A faith symbolized by something so humble, so organic as a grapevine. It speaks volumes about the connection to the land and the people. The churches in Georgia aren't just historical monuments, they are active centers of community. People gather for baptisms, weddings, and feast days, filling these ancient spaces with life, prayer, and celebration. From the stunning Trinity Cathedral overlooking the capital, Tbilisi, to the tiniest chapel in a remote mountain village, the presence of the church is a constant, reassuring anchor. This deep-rootedness is what makes Georgian Orthodoxy so powerful. It survived the Soviet-era's state-enforced atheism, re-emerging with even greater strength and relevance in the post-Soviet period. The rebuilding of churches and the revival of monastic life across the country is a testament to its resilience. It's a story of a nation holding onto its soul against all odds, and that is a powerful way to start our journey. So while Georgia may be number 10 on our list by population size, its historical significance and the sheer devotion of its people make it a true heavyweight in the Orthodox world. It's a place where faith isn't just believed, it's lived, breathed, and sung in harmonies that have echoed through the mountains for centuries. A truly special place, and a perfect beginning to our countdown. Alright, from the mountains of the Caucasus, we're heading south to a land of deserts, pyramids, and one of the most ancient Christian communities on Earth. At number 9, we have Egypt. Now, when you think of Egypt, Christianity might not be the first thing that springs to mind, but the Coptic Orthodox Church has a history here that stretches back to the very dawn of the faith. Tradition says it was founded by the Apostle Mark himself in Alexandria around the middle of the 1st century. That's just mind-blowing. This isn't a small community we're talking about. The Coptic Christians make up the largest Christian denomination in the Middle East, and the vast majority of them live in Egypt. While exact numbers can be a topic of discussion, estimates place the community at around 10% of Egypt's population, which translates to millions and millions of people. This is a story of incredible endurance. For 2,000 years, through countless empires and societal shifts, the Coptic community has held fast to its faith, language, and traditions. The word Copt is actually derived from the Greek word for Egypt, Aegyptos. So in a very real sense, the Copts are the direct descendants of the ancient Egyptians, carrying a heritage that predates many of the civilizations we study in history class. Their liturgical language, Coptic, is the final stage of the ancient Egyptian language, the same tongue that was written in hieroglyphs on temple walls. When you hear a Coptic service, you are hearing echoes of the pharaohs. How cool is that? Life for Coptic Christians in Egypt has not always been easy, and that's putting it mildly. They have faced periods of intense persecution and continue to navigate the challenges of being a significant minority in a predominantly Muslim country. Yet their faith is characterized by a profound sense of martyrdom and resilience. They draw strength from the stories of their saints and the steadfastness of their ancestors. This history of perseverance is a cornerstone of their identity and a source of incredible spiritual strength. You can see this living history in their sacred places. From the magnificent St. Mark's Coptic Orthodox Cathedral in Cairo to the ancient desert monasteries of St. Anthony and St. Paul, which are considered the oldest Christian monasteries in the world. These are not just tourist sites. They are vibrant centers of prayer and pilgrimage, where thousands of monks and nuns dedicate their lives to God in a tradition of asceticism that has influenced all of Christianity. It's a powerful, living link to the earliest desert fathers and mothers. So, Egypt's place on this list is a testament to a faith that is both ancient and very much alive. It's a story of a people who have kept the flame of their belief burning brightly for millennia, often against incredible odds. They are a vital part of Egypt's rich, complex tapestry and a cornerstone of the global Orthodox family, specifically the Oriental Orthodox tradition. Their story is one of profound hope and unbreakable spirit. For our number 8 spot, we're heading back to Eastern Europe, to a country sometimes called the White Rus. We're talking about Belarus. Nestled between Russia, Ukraine, and Poland, Belarus has a quiet but deeply ingrained Orthodox heritage. The vast majority of religious believers in the country belong to the Belarusian Orthodox Church, which operates as an exarchate, or a semi-autonomous branch, of the larger Russian Orthodox Church. This connection speaks to centuries of shared history, culture, and spiritual life with its eastern neighbor. Orthodoxy came to the lands of modern-day Belarus around the same time it reached Kievan Rus' in the late 10th century. Since then, it has been a defining force in the nation's identity, shaping its art, architecture, and moral compass. Even during the 70 years of Soviet rule, when religion was officially suppressed and many churches were closed or destroyed, the faith was kept alive, in the hearts of the people, passed down through families in quiet prayers and secret baptisms. It's a familiar story of resilience we're seeing on this list. Today, with a population of around 9.5 million people, a significant majority identify as Orthodox. This resurgence of faith in the post-Soviet era is visible all across the country. Churches that were once used as warehouses or museums have been painstakingly restored and reconsecrated. New cathedrals, with their gleaming golden domes, are being built in cities and towns, becoming focal points for communities that are rediscovering their spiritual roots after decades of enforced secularism. One of the most revered figures in Belarusian Orthodoxy is Saint Euphrosyne of Polotsk. A 12th century princess who became a nun, she was a true pioneer. She founded monasteries, promoted literacy, and commissioned incredible works of art, including the famous cross of Saint Euphrosyne, a national relic filled with holy artifacts that was tragically lost during World War II. Her legacy embodies the spiritual and cultural contributions of the Church to the Belarusian nation, and she remains a powerful symbol of faith and enlightenment. The landscape of Belarus is dotted with beautiful churches, from the iconic red and white Church of St. Simon and Helena in Minsk to the ancient St. Sophia Cathedral in Polotsk, one of the oldest churches in the country. These buildings are more than just places of worship. They are national treasures, symbols of a history that has weathered incredible storms. They represent a quiet but profound strength, a national character that is often understated but deeply resilient. So, Belarus's position at number 8 highlights a community that is both deeply traditional and actively in the process of revival. It's a story of reclaiming a heritage that was almost lost. The Belarusian Orthodox Church provides a sense of stability and continuity in a country that has often found itself at the crossroads of powerful empires. It's the spiritual heart of the nation, beating steadily and strongly, a testament to the enduring power of faith in the Slavic world. All right, let's move on to number 7, a country whose contribution to the Orthodox world is, frankly, huge. We are going to Bulgaria. Located in the middle of the Balkans, Bulgaria's history is completely tied to the story of Orthodox Christianity. The Bulgarian Orthodox Church is one of the oldest self-governing Orthodox churches in the world, and its influence has spread far beyond its borders. It's a story of kings, saints, and smart people who changed the path of Slavic history forever. Christianity became the official religion in Bulgaria way back in the 9th century under Boris I. This was a super important moment, not just for Bulgaria, but for all of Eastern Europe. It was here, in the old Bulgarian Empire, that the followers of Saint Cyril and Methodius found a safe place and help. It was here that they created the Cyrillic alphabet, the very writing system now used by hundreds of millions of people across Russia, Serbia, Ukraine, and Bulgaria. Just think, every time someone reads something in Russian or Serbian, they are using a tool made in the spiritual times of 9th century Bulgaria. The numbers today show this deep history. Most Bulgarians, about 60 to 75%, say they are Orthodox Christian. This faith is a main part of who they are as a country. You can't really understand Bulgaria without understanding how the church helped keep its language and culture alive, especially during the many years of Ottoman rule. The monasteries, hidden away in faraway mountains, became secret schools and libraries, keeping the spirit of Bulgarian identity alive when it was in danger of disappearing. And what amazing monasteries they are. The Rila Monastery, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the absolute best. It's a stunning fortress of faith, covered in bright paintings that tell Bible stories with incredible art. It's not just a museum, it's a lively, active spiritual place and a symbol of national pride. To visit Rila is to feel the heartbeat of Bulgarian history. It's a place of religious travel that brings people from all over the world, showing the nation's spiritual heart. The Bulgarian Orthodox Church, led by its patriarch in Sofia, continues to be a central part of modern Bulgarian life. From the Grand Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, one of the largest Eastern Orthodox cathedrals in the world, built to honor the Russian soldiers who died for Bulgaria's freedom, to the small, simple churches in rural villages, Orthodoxy is always present. It's in the celebrations of special days, the baking of traditional breads, and the deep respect for old ways. So at number 7, Bulgaria stands as a cultural and spiritual giant of the Orthodox world. It's the country that gave a writing system to half of the Orthodox faith, a nation that was saved by its monasteries, and a people whose identity is woven with the traditions of their church. It's a story of huge intellectual and spiritual gifts, a legacy written in an alphabet that it shared with the world. Coming in at number 6, we journey to another proud Balkan nation, a place where faith and national identity are fused together with an unbreakable bond. We're talking about Serbia. The Serbian Orthodox Church is not just the largest religious community in the country. For many Serbs, it is the very soul of the nation. Its history is a dramatic saga of medieval kings, epic battles, and incredible perseverance in the face of immense hardship. To be Serb, for many, is to be Orthodox. The story of Serbian Orthodoxy is deeply connected to Saint Sava, a 13th century prince who renounced his title to become a monk. He is the founder and first archbishop of the autocephalous Serbian Orthodox Church, and he is, without a doubt, the most revered saint in Serbian history. He was a diplomat, a writer, and a lawgiver who established the church as a pillar of the Serbian state and culture. The Cathedral of Saint Sava in Belgrade, one of the largest church buildings in the world, is a monumental testament to his enduring legacy. This connection between church and people was forged in the crucible of history. The Battle of Kosovo in 1389, a pivotal and tragic event in Serbian history, became a central theme in the nation's epic poetry and religious consciousness. The church became the guardian of this memory, framing the battle not just as a military defeat, but as a spiritual victory, a choice for the heavenly kingdom over earthly power. This narrative of martyrdom and resilience has sustained the Serbian people through centuries of Ottoman rule and other national struggles. Today, well over 80% of Serbia's population identifies as Orthodox. This is a living, breathing faith that you can see everywhere. You see it in the Slava, a unique Serbian tradition where each family celebrates its own patron saint with a special feast. It's a tradition that connects generations and reinforces both family and religious ties. You see it in the breathtaking medieval monasteries like Studenica and Sopocani, UNESCO sites famous for their stunning Byzantine-style frescoes that are considered masterpieces of European art. These monasteries are not relics of a distant past. They are active spiritual centers, home to communities of monks and nuns who continue a tradition of prayer and hospitality that stretches back centuries. They are scattered throughout the country, often in places of incredible natural beauty, serving as oases of peace and contemplation. They are the keepers of the nation's spiritual treasures, both artistic and intangible. So, Serbia's place at number 6 on our list is defined by this powerful, almost mystical fusion of faith, history, and identity. The Serbian Orthodox Church has been the nation's companion through its greatest triumphs and its deepest sorrows. It is the institution that preserved the people's story when they had no state of their own. From the grandeur of the St. Sava Cathedral to the intimate celebration of a family slava, Orthodoxy in Serbia is a story of a people holding fast to the faith that has defined them for over 800 years. We've reached the halfway point, and for number 5, we're going to a country whose name is almost synonymous with the word Orthodox. Welcome to Greece. The connection between Greek identity and Orthodox Christianity is so deep, so profound, that it's almost impossible to imagine one without the other. This is the land where the New Testament was written in Greek, where the Apostle Paul preached, and where the councils of the early church defined the core tenets of Christian doctrine that are still recited today. The Church of Greece is the state religion, a status that reflects its central role in the life of the nation. An overwhelming majority of the population, somewhere around 90%, identifies as Greek Orthodox. This isn't just a statistic, it's a cultural reality. The church calendar shapes the rhythm of the year, with holidays like Easter being the most important celebration, far surpassing Christmas in its scale and intensity. The Holy Week services are national events, culminating in midnight celebrations with candles and fireworks that unite communities across the country. The history of Greece is the history of the Orthodox Church. During 400 years of Ottoman rule, the Church was the primary vehicle for preserving the Greek language, culture, and a sense of collective identity. The secret schools allegedly run by priests to teach children Greek language and history became a powerful symbol of resistance and cultural survival. When the Greek War of Independence began in 1821, bishops and priests were among the first to raise the banner of revolution. The national flag of Greece itself, with its white cross, is a symbol of this inseparable bond. And then there is Mount Athos, the holy mountain. This is a place unlike any other on earth. A self-governing monastic republic, home to 20 monasteries and thousands of monks. It has been a spiritual center of the Orthodox world for over 1,000 years. It's a treasure house of Byzantine art, ancient manuscripts, and living, unbroken tradition. Access is restricted to men only, and life there continues much as it has for centuries. A world dedicated entirely to prayer. It stands as a powerful symbol of the mystical heart of Orthodoxy. From the iconic blue-domed churches of Santorini that grace a million postcards to the ancient Byzantine churches of Thessaloniki, the visual landscape of Greece is shaped by its faith. Every village, no matter how small, has its own church, often the center of social life. The local priest is a familiar and respected figure, present at all of life's key moments, baptisms, weddings, and funerals. This is faith at a grassroots level, deeply embedded in the daily life of the community. So at number 5, Greece represents the historic heartland of much of the Orthodox world. It's where the language of the faith was forged, where its doctrines were debated, and where the church became the ark that carried the nation's soul through centuries of turmoil. To understand Greece is to understand Orthodoxy, and to understand Orthodoxy, you must look to Greece. It's a beautiful, ancient, and living relationship. For our number 4 spot, we arrive in a country that is unique in the Orthodox world, a place often described as a Latin island in a Slavic sea. We are in Romania. Romania's story is fascinating because it combines a Romance language, descended directly from Latin, with a deep and strong commitment to Eastern Orthodoxy. This mix creates a culture that is special, lively, and very spiritual. The Romanian Orthodox Church is one of the biggest and most active in the area. Christianity has old roots here, Going back to the Roman province of Dacia, the Romanian language itself has basic Christian words from Latin, suggesting that the faith has been around in some way for almost 2,000 years. The Romanian Orthodox Church is independent and is led by a patriarch. When you look at the sheer number of followers in a single independent church, it's second only to the Russian Orthodox Church, which is, honestly, a remarkable fact. What is truly amazing about Romania is how alive its faith is. After communism fell in 1989, there was an incredible religious rebirth. Over 85% of the people identify as Orthodox, and going to church and participating are among the highest in all of Europe. This isn't just a cultural thing, it's an active and involved faith. This rebirth has led to a huge church-building program, including the massive People's Salvation Cathedral in Bucharest, a project of immense national size and importance. The spiritual energy is also clear in the country's monastic life. Romania is famous for its beautiful and old monasteries. The painted monasteries of Bukovina in the north are especially breathtaking. These UNESCO World Heritage Sites, like Voronezh, often called the Sistine Chapel of the East, are covered inside and out with detailed 15th and 16th century paintings. These paintings were like a visual Bible for the people of their time, showing saints, prophets, and scenes from the life of Jesus in stunning color and detail. The church plays a very important role in Romanian society. It provides many social services, running soup kitchens, orphanages, and a wide range of charity work. People like Father Arsenie Boca, a 20th century monk and spiritual leader, are held in incredibly high regard, seen almost as modern-day saints by many Romanians. His grave at the Prislop Monastery is one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the country, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors looking for comfort and miracles. So, Romania, at number 4, is a powerhouse of Orthodox life and devotion. It's a country where the old faith feels incredibly new and active. From the Latin roots of its language to the beautiful Byzantine art of its painted monasteries, Romania offers a unique and compelling chapter in the story of global orthodoxy. It's a story of revival, artistic beauty, and a deep, strong faith that defines the character of the nation. Entering our top 3, we come to a country whose spiritual landscape is as vast and complex as its history. At number 3, we have Ukraine. The story of Orthodoxy in Ukraine is central to the story of the nation itself. It all begins in the year 988, when the Grand Prince of Kiev, Volodymyr the Great, or Vladimir, depending on the tradition, was baptized in the Dnieper River, leading to the Christianization of the entire state of Kiev and Rus'. This event is the foundational moment for Orthodox Christianity in all of Eastern Europe. Kyiv, not Moscow, was the original cradle. For centuries, Kyiv was the undisputed center of Orthodox life in the region. The St. Sophia Cathedral, with its stunning 11th century mosaics and frescoes, and the Kiev-Pechersk Lavra, a sprawling monastery complex with underground caves containing the relics of saints, were the spiritual heart of the Slavic Orthodox world. These sites are not just Ukrainian treasures, they are World Heritage Sites, testaments to a golden age of faith and art that influenced the entire region. Today, the Orthodox landscape in Ukraine is incredibly significant, but also deeply complex, and in recent years, fraught with tension. A very large majority of the population identifies as Orthodox, but they have historically been divided among different jurisdictions. For many years, there were churches aligned with the Moscow Patriarchate and separate churches, like the Kiev Patriarchate, seeking full independence. This division reflected the nation's own complex history and its long struggle for sovereignty. In 2019, a major shift occurred with the creation of the Orthodox Church of Ukraine, which was granted autocephaly, or independence, by the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople. This was a historic moment, creating a single, unified national church for the first time in centuries. However, the transition has been challenging, with many parishes and believers still navigating their allegiances. The ongoing war has only intensified and accelerated this process of religious realignment, as many move away from any association with Moscow. Despite these complexities, the faith of the Ukrainian people is powerful and deeply felt. It has been a source of strength and resilience throughout a history marked by famine, war, and foreign domination. The Church has been a guardian of the Ukrainian language, culture, and the hope for national independence. The enduring faith is visible in the beautiful traditions of Pysanki, decorated Easter eggs, the singing of ancient carols, and the deep reverence for icons. So Ukraine's place at number 3 is about more than just numbers. It is about its role as the historic motherland of Slavic Orthodoxy and the profound, ongoing story of a nation defining its spiritual identity. It is a story of ancient glory, modern-day struggle, and an unshakable faith that continues to sustain millions of people in the face of unimaginable trials. The spiritual destiny of Ukraine is one of the most significant stories unfolding in the world today. For our number 2 spot, we travel to a country that will surprise many, a place with an ancient, powerful, and utterly unique Christian tradition. We are going to the Horn of Africa, to Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church is one of the largest and oldest churches in the world, and it stands as a testament to a faith that has flourished in Africa for most of Christian history. This isn't a faith imported by missionaries. This is an African kingdom that embraced Christianity in the 4th century as its state religion. The numbers are staggering. With a population of over 120 million people, it's estimated that between 40 to 50% are adherents of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. This translates to a massive community of somewhere between 50 and 60 million people, making it by far the largest of all the Oriental Orthodox churches. This is a church with its own pope, its own traditions, and a history that is deeply intertwined with the story of the Ethiopian nation. Ethiopian Orthodoxy has traditions that you won't find anywhere else in the Christian world. They have a larger biblical canon that includes books like the Book of Enoch. Their liturgical language is Ge'ez, an ancient Semitic language. And perhaps most famously, the Ethiopian Church claims to be the guardian of the Ark of the Covenant. They believe the Ark is housed in a special chapel next to the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Aksum, and its presence makes Ethiopia a kind of Zion in Africa for believers. The faith is visceral and vibrant. You see it in the stunning rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, a complex of 11 churches carved directly out of solid volcanic rock in the 12th century. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is often called the 8th wonder of the world. These are not ruins, they are active places of worship, filled with pilgrims in white robes, chanting, praying, and celebrating in a way that feels utterly timeless. It's an unforgettable spiritual experience. Religious festivals in Ethiopia are spectacular events. Timkat, the celebration of the Epiphany, is the most famous. During Timkat, replicas of the Ark of the Covenant, called tablets, are paraded from every church to a nearby body of water, accompanied by thousands of people singing, dancing, and celebrating. It's a riot of color, sound, and devotion that takes over the entire country. It's a public display of faith on a scale that is hard to comprehend. So, Ethiopia, our runner-up, is a giant of the Orthodox world. It's a story of an ancient African faith that has developed its own rich theology, art, and traditions in relative isolation for centuries. It challenges the common perception of Christianity as a solely European or Middle Eastern religion. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church is a vibrant, thriving community of tens of millions, a testament to the enduring power and global diversity of the faith, a true African Zion. And that brings us to number 1, the country with by far the largest Orthodox Christian population on the planet. We are in Russia. The scale of Orthodoxy in Russia is immense. With a population of over 140 million, estimates suggest that around 70 to 75% of the population identifies as Orthodox Christian, placing the number of believers somewhere around 100 million people. The Russian Orthodox Church is not just a religious institution. It is a major cultural and political force, deeply woven into the narrative of the Russian state and its identity. The story of Russian Orthodoxy begins with the baptism of Kievan Ruses, the event we discussed in Ukraine. For centuries, the church in Moscow was under the authority of Kiev, but as Moscow's political power grew, so did its religious stature. After the fall of Constantinople in 1453, a powerful idea emerged among Russian thinkers, that Moscow was the Third Rome, the new center of true Christian faith after Rome and Constantinople had fallen. This idea has profoundly shaped Russia's view of itself and its role in the world. The visual culture of Russian Orthodoxy is iconic. The onion domes of St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow's Red Square are recognized around the world. The serene, powerful faces of Russian icons, like those painted by the master Andrei Rublev, are considered pinnacles of religious art. The sound of Russian choral music, with its deep bass voices and soaring harmonies, is hauntingly beautiful. All of these are expressions of a deep and passionate faith that has shaped the Russian soul. Like so many other countries on our list, The Church in Russia endured incredible persecution during the 20th century under the Soviet Union. Churches were dynamited, monasteries were turned into prisons, and millions of believers, clergy and laity alike, were martyred for their faith. The story of this persecution and the survival of the Church is a central part of its modern identity. The revival of the Church since the fall of the USSR has been nothing short of miraculous, with tens of thousands of churches rebuilt or newly constructed. Today, the Russian Orthodox Church, led by the Patriarch of Moscow and all Rus, plays a highly visible role in public life. The relationship between the Church and the state is very close, a concept they call symphonia. This has brought the Church immense resources and influence, but has also drawn criticism and controversy, especially in the international sphere. It's a complex and often debated relationship that is central to understanding modern Russia. So at number 1, Russia stands as the demographic giant of the Orthodox world. Its history is a grand and often tragic epic of faith, art, power, and suffering. From the idea of the Third Rome to the 21st century revival, the Russian Orthodox Church has been at the heart of the nation's story. It is a church of immense scale, profound beauty, and complex modern-day realities, making it the undeniable center of gravity for global orthodoxy by population. So there you have it. From the mountains of Georgia to the deserts of Egypt, from the Latin heart of Romania to the Slavic soul of Russia. What an incredible journey. What started as a simple countdown has turned into this beautiful, sprawling story of faith that stretches across continents and cultures. We've seen that Orthodox Christianity is not one single thing. It's a diverse, global family of churches, each with its own unique history, art, and traditions, yet all connected by a shared apostolic faith that is 2,000 years old. It's a story of survival, of breathtaking art, and of communities holding on to what they believe in. The history of these nations is written in their churches, their icons, and their songs. It's a testament to the fact that faith is so much more than just a set of beliefs. It's a way of life that shapes everything, from national identity to the simple daily rhythms of a small village. Whether it's the quiet resilience of the Copts in Egypt or the vibrant revival in Romania, each chapter of this story shows us the incredible depth and diversity of the human spiritual experience. It's a powerful reminder that our world is full of these deep, beautiful currents of history and faith, flowing just beneath the surface of the headlines. And that's where you come in. This conversation is so much bigger than just me talking to a camera. What are your thoughts? Maybe you belong to one of these communities. Maybe you've traveled to one of these countries and have a story to share. Maybe something in this video surprised you or made you curious to learn more. Please drop a comment below. Let's continue the conversation. Let's share our stories. Because that's how we learn, and that's how we connect. Thanks for spending this time with me. It was good.